Thank
Namaste.
you.
It's been really amazing to kind of watch the roller coaster ride that people have had of their opinions on sex. And I think he's someone that people loved to hate. He's this kind of character that was so unfiltered and over the top that it was easy to just, not like him.
To the moment of where you're Saxon's trying to make a head of, did I just do that? Did my brother just do that to me? So I wanna know about you.
Yeah, well, I think that Mike leaves it kind of open to the viewer's interpretation for a reason. So I think, there's involved, there's call, there's the loss of the memory and trying to place it and what happened, but also not wanting to remember it.
I'm scared. I'm scared like everyone else,
Scared for you.
Yeah, you're like, yeah. She is definitely, in
You were dancing with the devil.
That's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to see fight or flight. We don't know. We don't know.
You don't know. I feel like anybody, it's like if I were a betting person,
It's anyone's game.
it's anyone's game.
We are also trying to guess who is going to die first, because as gruesome as that is.
I mean,
Isn't it extraordinary how Mike White shows you that there's a death?
So it was the moment between Jacqueline. What do you think about that?
Every scene we have together, the
Yeah.
banter back and forth. But I don't think the three of us understood in any sense how much the lady's storyline would resonate with people. That I will say, we didn't understand that. I mean, in fact, we sort of spoke with each other like, oh gosh, I wonder, because it felt not as dramatic.
You do a very good imitation of Parker Posey.
Thank you so much.
Hello everybody, I'm Rudrani and welcome to Zoom Speak Easy. My guest is so special. He's the man of the moment. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. He's all over the internet and of course for all good reasons. I'm talking about Patrick and of course from the White Lotus season 3. Hello, welcome to India and welcome to Zoom TV.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I think you're getting a lot of love from India as well, along with the rest of the world.
Oh, really?
Yes, of course. I'm sure, I'm sure if you go through your feed, you'll see all of that. And we've been loving the show like the rest of the world. I'm going to go straight into something very interesting. I obviously have just seen the latest episode as well. It's very interesting how in the beginning you always think Saxon is this really douchey, sort of a jerky kind of person. But now you get to see so many different aspects of who he is,
Right.
and that I think is unfolding to be very interesting. What are your comments on that?
Yeah, it's been really amazing to kind of watch the roller coaster ride that people have had of their opinions on sex. And I think he's someone that people loved to hate. He's this kind of character that was so unfiltered and over the top that it was easy to just, not like him. And then over the course of the series, I think that, Mike is such a great writer and such a great developer of character arcs that it kind of turned people on their heads when they started to find moments like, wow, maybe I misjudged this guy. Oh, wow, maybe he's a little bit different. Wow, he's a little bit more vulnerable and emotional than I thought. There's different layers of Saxon than I anticipated. And that's just a testament to Mike and his writing. But it's been really kind of a wild ride to see people's reactions to Saxon.
And also the moment that everybody has been gaping about, right? The moment of the brothers. How did you visualize that? I want to know your reactions to what was happening there, because you have a hint of what might happen when we see a peek of a little bit of you in the beginning, and then to the moment of where Saxon's trying to make a head of, did I just do that? Did my brother just do that to me? So I want to know about you.
Yeah, well, I think that Mike leaves it kind of open to the viewer's interpretation for a reason. He shoots everything and directs and edits it all in a specific way to have a specific meaning and for people to think and talk and conversate about it. So I think, there's drugs involved, there's call, there's the loss of the memory and trying to place it and what happened, but also not wanting to remember it. So it's like this balancing act of making it very kind of blurred lines and
And how have you been reacting to the comments about what are the brothers up to?
You know what? It's been fun for me to just watch how much people are talking about it. It's just been it's been awesome to see how like present it is in culture and how much of a stir it's caused and the controversy and all of that. It's been I think great.
Was it among the scenes where you were also apprehensive about your family or your fiance? Be like, it'd be interesting to see what they think about it.
No, I wasn't, because in the end of the day, we're playing a character. I mean,
Sure.
it's that's what I do for a living and for a job, is playing these and portraying these different types of characters. And obviously some have crazier things than others, but they also understand it's the White Lotus, and that it's Mike pushes the boundaries, and so I mean, I think they expected some crazy stuff, maybe not to this extent, but they definitely knew stuff was coming.
But you're amazing, Patrick. We're all loving the crazy stuff. And I must say, you do a very good imitation of Parker Posey.
Thank you so much.
You could all say Namaste, India, to all your lovely fans out there. It'd be wonderful.
Yes, Namaste, India. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Patrick. It's wonderful chatting with
Thank
you.
you.
Take care. I am so excited to be with the talented ladies of White Lotus Season 3, Leslie and Natasha, joining me. Thank you for doing this.
Thanks
Oh
for
my gosh,
having us.
Thanks for having us.
I am truly excited. Okay, one episode to go. Mind is blown officially.
Wait, how many
And,
have you seen? 1 through 4?
1 through
Only
7.
one to go for me now. I
So
saw
one
it
to
today.
go.
That one to go. For me.
Oh my God.
Fully updated now.
Okay.
So let me get straight to the point. Are you okay? How are you doing, Natasha?
I'm scared. I'm scared like everyone else,
Scared for you.
Yeah, you're like, yeah. She is definitely, in
You were dancing with the devil.
That's right. That's right.
Mhm.
And we got to see fight or flight. We don't know. We don't know.
I don't know. I feel
It's-
like anybody, it's like if I were a betting person,
It's anyone's game.
it's anyone's game.
Yeah.
We are also trying to guess who is going to die first, because as gruesome as that is.
I mean,
Isn't it extraordinary how Mike White shows you that there's a death?
There's
Like
a death.
episode 1, you know what's going to happen.
yeah.
And sort of vaguely how it happens, where it happens.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then somehow you
It's an
just sort of forget about it until episode 7, and you're like, oh shit,
It's old school
somebody's gonna
mystery.
die. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna happen. So it's
Yeah.
I think he's so clever the way that Mike does that, and sort of the conceit
Yeah.
of
Sprinkling
the show.
that in
Yeah.
the anticipation.
100%. Leslie, I'll have to, of course, talk about the confrontation.
Yeah.
Oof, that scene. It went from one episode slowly brimming, and you were perfectly being awkward sitting out there. Okay, so it was the moment between Jacqueline. What do you think about that? When you were reading the scene, I want to know how did you guys react to it?
I don't know. I don't think that, like, it's like everything Mike White, right? I can't say it. Everything that Mike White writes is so juicy and so delicious and is so actable, and like you know that whatever scene it is, it's going to be fun to get in there. And he's such a collaborative director, so that when you have your at bats, when you get in the room to do any scene, he's going to hold you so safe, and like something exciting is going to happen. So I don't know. You just have to stay in the power of yes with him. Yes, and then you'll be safe.
Yeah.
But I think it must have been so much fun doing that kind of thing with the three ladies, right? The three of you
Every
putting
time,
together.
every scene we have together, the
Yeah.
banter back and forth. But I don't think the three of us understood in any sense how much the lady's storyline would resonate with people. That I will say, we didn't understand that. I mean, in fact, we sort of spoke with each other like, oh gosh, I wonder, because it felt not as dramatic as like Belinda's storyline or the family storyline or what's happening with Rick and Chelsea and Greg and Chloe, and then there's Frank, and like we were just like, gosh, are we going to be sort of like a dull thud, like meh, meh. But somehow
It was, I remember after I read, telling Dave Burnett, who's one of the producers, I was like, those women are so like exciting to watch, because it's like a peek behind the curtain of female friendship. And, they're doing sort of the quiet part out loud, and you're seeing them move, and it's when I first came to set, I went down and watched them work just because I was just like, I got to see these heavy hitters play the subtext of these scenes, where, hello is not hello. It's like there's so much going on underneath what's being said, and it takes great actors to pull out that subtext, and it's incredible.
Mike said this thing when we were filming the first villa scene. When we first get there, it's like, here's to Thailand, whatever. And it's kind of a scene where we don't really say anything. And so the three of us just sort of got there, motored through the scene because we didn't really say anything that felt like it was needed to move the story along, except the very end, like here's to a week in Thailand. And then I remember Mike came out and was like, okay, everyone slow down, which is not a common thing to be told when you're shooting television.
Yeah.
And it was like this immediate light bulb. I was like, oh, it's about the in-between. It's about what we're not saying more than what we're saying. So once that happened, I think it exponentially changed, for me, my experience with Kate and how to portray Kate, but I also think within the three of us, it really was like our diving board with which we like dove into the Mike White pool.
100%. Just wrapping by saying that, did you have similar reactions to the world having to Sam's monologue? That's still being talked about.
Yeah, it
Oh
should
my
be. It's an
God.
iconic. It's an iconic monologue that I remember reading it, and I said to Sammy, I don't know who they're going to cast in this, but it better be a good actor, because this monologue. Don't you feel like it feels like Mike is? It feels like what Mike's. It's so deep.
It says that quiet part out loud again. It is the thesis of the show, and it's not just what he's saying. It's how he's connecting those desires that we go and explore, the darker sides of ourselves, and how do we embrace them. And it's such a powerful monologue. And it was, when I remember reading it in the script, and I had the same thought. I was like, oh, this is a good one. This is a good one.
Not often seen in television.
Yeah, to give that time and space. You mentioned time. It's like, so often things are cut and truncated, and the beauty of working with Mike and doing White Lotus is, we're all actors, we're all nerdy people who say words like, the craft, and so we love doing the work, and dense text that you can sift through and really play with. It's a theatrical experience to be on set, and Sam, man,
he did it.
He did that.
He did the damn thing.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, I have to go. I was having too much fun because I am so decoding every moment of the show.
And you'll go back and do it again. Watch it again.
We should. We absolutely should. I hope HBO and White Lotus makes it happen. Mac makes it happen. But thank you once again. You guys are amazing in the show. And last episode, fingers crossed, I'm rooting for all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Namaste from India.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Bye.